my channel. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Well, this game will be tight, and this game will be cracking, and this game will be interest. This game will be entertaining between Arsenal and Chelsea at the Emirates. It's going to be a cracking game, no doubt, and it's going to be a massive showdown. Arsenal at home against Chelsea the Blues. Yes, Thomas Tuchel and his boy is going to Selhurst Park. That is good to hear. That's a good news. It's going to be a pack, so guys, Romelu Lukaku didn't play against Crystal Palace, and he's going to be unleashed at the Emirates. He's going to unleashed. He's going to unleash by Thomas Tuchel. He's going to unleash by Thomas Tuchel. Romelu Lukaku is going to unleashed by Thomas Tuchel. Absolutely, he's going to unleashed. He's going to unleash Romelu Lukaku. Thomas Tuchel is going to unleash Romelu Lukaku. He's going to unleash Romelu Lukaku at the Emirates against Chelsea, against Arsenal, and he's going to unleash. Because Chelsea is Chelsea going to be the favourites for the Premier League time. But look, right now, remember that Liverpool is still in it as well. We have Leicester, as well the Foxes, especially Man United, the Red Devils, Man City. You see? So, yeah. So if everything will be okay and fantastic. So it's going to be fantastic. It's very fantastic, you know, but it's looking good. So Chelsea are away to Arsenal on Sunday. It is going to be a cracking showdown. Arsenal at home against Chelsea. Big game, big massive game. It will be a big counting game, and it's going to be a cracker. Absolutely, it's going to be a cracking game, no doubt, and it's going to be a massive game, no doubt. So it's going to be epic showdown indeed. So yeah, so so it's Arsenal Chelsea at the Emirates. It's going to be it will be looking good, and well, it's going to be a cracking game. It's going to be a cracking game. It's going to be a cracking game at the Emirates, no doubt. Arsenal at home against Chelsea. That will be epic as well. So, Arsenal at home, right? Arsenal at home against Chelsea. Big matchup it will be. Big matchup it will be at the Emirates. Arsenal at home against Chelsea. Going to be a fantastic performance. It's going to be a big matchup, no doubt. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracking game between Arsenal and Chelsea. Absolutely, it will be a cracking game, no doubt. This is Arsenal versus Chelsea match preview to go into Sunday's game. It's going to be a massive showdown, no doubt. It's going to be a massive clash between Thomas Tuchel and Patrick Vieira, the new manager. Well, it's going to be interesting, right? Mikel Arteta against whoa. Indeed. It's going to be a cracking game between Arsenal and Chelsea. Indeed. Absolutely, it's going to be a cracking between Mikel Arteta and Thomas Tuchel. It's going to be a cracking game. You have Arsenal, the Gunners, right? Chelsea, the Blues, out of Stamford Bridge. Chelsea will unleash Romelu Lukaku on Sunday. It's going to be a cracking game, you know. It's going to be a fantastic, it's going to be a big game, no doubt. It's going to be a big game between Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal at home, opening their first home game of the 2021-2022 Premier League. It's going to be a massive showdown at the Emirates. It's going to be the massive showdown between Mikel Arteta and Thomas Tuchel. Will Thomas Tuchel unleash Romelu Lukaku? That's it, you know. That will be You see? Because you have Romelu Lukaku, he play for Everton, play for Man United, and he used to play for Chelsea when Drogba was playing for Chelsea, and he goes to Inter Milan. Now he's back to Stamford Bridge. Will Thomas Tuchel unleash Romelu Lukaku against Arsenal? Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home, you know. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home. So Arsenal is at home against Chelsea, the Blues, out of Stamford Bridge. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home, you know. Arsenal, they're at home. Arsenal is at home against Chelsea. Arsenal is at home against Chelsea. Yes, big matchup it will be at the Emirates. Arsenal is at home against Chelsea. The Blues. Chelsea. So Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at home. Arsenal is at Emirates. Arsenal is at Emirates. Arsenal is at the Emirates. Massive, massive game this will be. Absolutely, it will be a massive, 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 massive game. Absolutely, this will be a cracking game. Arsenal at home against Chelsea. Eh? Arsenal is at home, right? Against Chelsea. No, Tammy Abraham is at Roma now. So that is a factor that the Premier League is looking so fantastically happy. Chelsea is really happy. The fans are happy that Tammy Abraham has left the club for Roma. Absolutely. So Arsenal is at home. They kick off their first home game against Chelsea, right? Of the 2021-2022 Premier League. So it's going to be a cracking game between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's going to be a big matchup. It's going to be a big cracking game. It's going to be a fantastic performance. Will Chelsea come out on top? Will Chelsea... But one thing. No Aubameyang for Arsenal. No Alexander Lacazette. Are you kidding me that Arsenal will be losing this game as well to Chelsea in the North London Derby? Eh? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? This is gonna be a big matchup though, you know. This is gonna be a big matchup at the Emirates between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's gonna be a cracking game. It's gonna be a big, massive fixture. This will be Arsenal at home against Chelsea at the Emirates. Chelsea traveling. Chelsea traveling, you know. Arsenal is not. Arsenal will be home. They are the host. They are home. Arsenal is the home team. They will be the home team. They're not traveling. Chelsea is traveling to the Emirates. And it will be a massive showdown between Mikel Arteta and Thomas Tuchel. Will Romelu Lukaku unleashed by Thomas Tuchel at the Emirates? It's going to be a cracking showdown. It's going to be a cracking match. No doubt. It's going to be a massive matchup between Chelsea and Arsenal at the Emirates. It's going to be a cracking. It's going to be a cracking between Arsenal and Chelsea. Indeed. Crystal Palace at home against Brentford. It's going to be a cracking game between Crystal Palace and Brentford. That will be a big matchup. So I'm just going to do everybody at the same time. Just do everybody because just do Brentford and Crystal Palace and this as well when I'm doing the Arsenal Chelsea. So it's going to be a big matchup no doubt between Crystal Palace and Brentford at Selhurst Park as well. So it's going to be a fantastic performance there, and it's going to be a cracking showdown between Crystal Palace and Brentford. Absolutely, Brentford coming have a big win against Arsenal at the Brentford Community Stadium. Absolutely fantastic performance, but it's going to be a cracking game. Indeed. So it's going to be a cracking game, no doubt, and it's fantastic performance indeed. Indeed. So it's going to be looking fantastic. So it's looking good. And, well, big game it will be between Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal is at home against Chelsea. So Chelsea is on the road. Chelsea is on the road. Thomas Tuchel and his boys is on the road against Arsenal. No doubt. They are on the road. They're on the road. That is Chelsea. They're on the road, and it is going to be a cracking showdown between Arsenal and Chelsea at the Emirates. That would be fantastic. That would be a cracking game, no doubt. It's going to be a massive, massive, massive matchup between Arsenal and Chelsea at the Emirates. It's going to be a cracking showdown, indeed. So it's going to be a big matchup, no doubt. It's going to be a massive, massive game between Arsenal and Chelsea. It will be cracking. It's going to be at the Emirates, and it's going to be fantastic indeed. Well, Chelsea is at home. Chelsea is away. Oh my gosh, guys. Stamford Bridge and Emirates getting um it's going to be a big matchup though at the Emirates, you know. But Arsenal is a cracking game, you know. That this game is going to be cracking between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's going to be a fantastic game, and, well, let's see what will if Arsenal will find a way to pick up their first win and their first points as the host. They are the host, and they will be at home against dangerously right now, dangerously Chelsea with lights of Romelu Lukaku signed for them. Will he unleash against Arsenal? Will Thomas Tuchel unleash Romelu Lukaku against Arsenal? It's going to be a big, massive game there as well at the Emirates, and it's going to be a tough game. Though, no doubt, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a massive, tough game between Arsenal and Chelsea. Well, Chelsea is away. Arsenal at home. Massive game. This massive game it will be between Arsenal and Chelsea. Well, Crystal Palace against Brentford. It's going to be a big match between Crystal Palace and Brentford. Patrick um against a promoted team, Brentford. So it's going to be a massive game at Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and Brentford, no doubt. And we know that Crystal Palace fans will be out to watch their team play at home, and also the Brentford fans will be out to watch their team play away. The visitors, Brentford, the, the Bees, they known as the Bees. So it will be a cracking game there at Selhurst Park, and fantastic. It will be a big matchup there, so it's going to be a cracker. So between Crystal Palace and Brentford is going to be a tough game there, so it's going to be an epic showdown between Crystal Palace and Brentford. It's going to be a tough game, though. It's going to be a tough game. I'll be coming back with I'm going to be coming the Premier League predictions on Thursday, the 19th of this month, because my team will be at home against the Burnley team. Indeed, so it's going to be a tough game though, but it's going to be a tough task for us as the former Premier League champions. You see, because we're at home and we're kicking off our home game against a Burnley team, no doubt, but it's going to be a tough game. But Arsenal against Chelsea at the Emirates is going to be a tough game on Sunday for the Arsenal fans and the Chelsea supporters as well. They're out, they're coming, they want to watch their club play, and they're going to play fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic game there. So it's going to be a massive, massive game at the Emirates between Arsenal and Chelsea. Will Thomas Tuchel unleashed Romelu Lukaku at the Emirates for the first time between Mikel Arteta and his Gunners, the Arsenal, without no Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and no Alexander Lacazette in the squad. What's going on right now? What's going on at Arsenal? What's really going on at Arsenal? But it will be a big game between Chelsea and Arsenal is at home against a good Chelsea squad that win 3-0 over Crystal Palace to open the 2021-22 Premier League season, open their first game of course at home at Stamford Bridge. Massive win, indeed. Marcos Alonso free kick and Christian Pulisic and their new boy, the new player scored on his debut to score the third goal. Indeed, to win by 3 goals to 0 over Crystal Palace. That would be fantastic indeed. Having a big, massive team like Arsenal will be taking on Chelsea. Eh? Wow, this will be a big matchup. It's Mikel Arteta versus Thomas Tuchel. Will Chelsea unleash Romelu Lukaku? It will be a big matchup and it will be a massive game. Absolutely, it will be a cracking game at the Emirates and it will be going down. Crystal Palace versus Brentford. That will be an epic showdown at Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and Brentford. Well, it's Arsenal versus Chelsea match preview. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. Up the Red Real Liverpool. Thanks for watching, guys. Soon. Peace out. Come on, you Reds. I'll be back for the Premier League predictions of the 2021-22 match week 2 of the Premier League season. See you guys on Thursday.